Types of atmospheres of Earth. Troposphere is the lowest layer of Earth's atmosphere. All the weather conditions takes place in troposphere. The average distance of troposphere is 18 km. Troposphere is an area where planes and air vehicles will fly. The troposphere makes up approximately 75% of Earth's atmosphere by mass. The temperature of troposphere decreases with an increase in height. The stratosphere extends from the top of the troposphere to about 50 kilometers above the ground. The infamous ozone layer is found within the stratosphere. Ozone molecules in this layer absorb high-energy ultraviolet light from the sun, converting the ultraviolet energy into heat. In stratosphere, temperature increases with height. The stratosphere is where jets like to fly. The ozone layer is in the stratosphere. Swans, cranes and vultures can fly in the stratosphere. The mesosphere is directly above the stratosphere and below the thermosphere. It extends from about 50 to 85 kilometers above our planet. Temperature decreases with height throughout the mesosphere. The coldest temperatures in Earth's atmosphere, about -90 degrees Celsius, are found near the top of this layer. The mesosphere's atmosphere is low density and made up of oxygen, carbon dioxide and nitrogen. Although most of the meteors that reach the mesosphere are burned up, some of their material hangs around afterwards, including iron and other metallic atoms. Earth's ionosphere overlaps the top of the atmosphere and the very beginning of space. The sun cooks gases there until they lose an electron or two, which creates a sea of electrically charged particles. This boundary to space is right where many of our Earth-orbiting satellites hang out, including the International Space Station. That means these satellites can be affected by the constantly changing conditions in the ionosphere, including sudden swells of charged particles that increase drag on satellites and shorten their orbital lifetimes. The exosphere is the very edge of our atmosphere. This layer separates the rest of the atmosphere from outer space. It's about 10,000 kilometers thick. That's almost as wide as Earth itself. The exosphere is really big. That means that to get to outer space, you have to be really far from Earth. One definition of the outermost limit of the exosphere places the uppermost edge of Earth's atmosphere around 190,000 kilometers, about halfway to the moon. At this distance, radiation pressure from sunlight exerts more force on hydrogen atoms than does the pull of Earth's gravity.